Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, or hi if you're new. Today I decided to draw everyone's favorite cult leader, Doma, the guy with the funky hair as I like to call him. When I usually do sketches and line art, I do like to do a really messy one at the start, just covering the pose, and then I do a slightly more detailed one, which is the one you can see here, where I just block out all the shapes so I know roughly more precisely what it's going to look like. And then I proceed to do the actual detailed line art. And the way that I draw these line art, actually, I do learn a lot from Japanese and Chinese and Korean artists. They do have a very particular style about them, and I would describe it the best as you push really hard at the start of the line art, and then you lift a bit so it's lighter during the middle, and then when you come back to the end where you want to finish the line, you push harder again. So it has this in and out kind of wavy motion, and it makes the shadows of the drawing really pop out, and the middle part look lighter, so it gives more of a dimension, which I think is very nice, and I recommend that you try doing that as well. Also, it is critical that you have a very clean line art layer for this kind of style, so remember to use stabilization tool and crank it up to 30 or 40, and I recommend the Turnip pen or the G pen in Clip Studio. Okay, now on to the coloring. We're going to want to just put down the base, and I actually muted his color palette quite significantly because I wanted this one to have more of a washed out look, because when you have a lot grayer color palette, you can really contrast that with the blue. So I did end up putting a blue highlight near the corner of his eyes, and the best way to actually put this into practice nicely is to have another layer at the top, and I just put it in color mode, and I just paint bucket it gray, and that allows me to see the monochrome version of the whole artwork. I'm sure there's an easier way to do that, but that's just the way that I've been doing it forever. Yeah, and I do want there to be more of a gradient, so I usually put gradients on their faces near the bottom or near the top and bottom actually would be nice, and it gets them this nice 3D looking face without it looking really 3D, so it's not really semi-realistic, but it does kind of look like that. And for the irises, I just put down different colors and then smudged it together with the blur tool, and it got the job done. And another reason I bring up the importance of having clean line art and having a clean color base under that is the fact that you can just easily select all the colors in one go. If you just go to that layer and you say select from current layer, you can just only get that color, and it's so easy to just use the lasso select tool to I don't know, put down colors, and it's just so nice and easy, and everyone should definitely do it. And another thing that is really great, and I recommend a lot of people to try out, is I take a brush and then I blur certain parts of it. It creates a really nice effect. You can see what I did on the hair just then. It just blurs out the hair, and it has a nice texture. And if you add some strokes along that line to really create more hairline illusion, it's nice as well. And if there is a light coming in from the top of the head, I also like to make a very bright light coming from the back of the neck almost, and that has a very nice effect as well. A bit of a cut here, but be not afraid everyone, because all I did was just add random lines, and random shadows. And this is where it's really important to turn on that damn freaking layer where it makes the drawing like monotone, like gray and black, because you can really see where you need to put down extra shadows, because usually your drawing will be too flat. That is a big issue. Another thing that I did with this one is I added a lot of ambient color, which is like color from the background. So do you see how the sky is blue? What I did in his hair is that I kind of transfer that color, but not like directly, because that can make it quite jarring and it doesn't fit. So what you do is like you just select the color, and then you look at the color wheel and you just push it towards the gray side. Like you move it like a centimeter to the left, and that already makes it significantly bluer and just a lot more natural. So that is a really great way to have that ambient background color, and a lot of brighter ones would do fine as well. For example, I took the redness from his blood on his lips, and then I kind of mirrored that a bit in his hair to create more of like a effect. So that can be a nice technique to try as well. And what I'm doing now is I'm gonna add some stuff on the background, and it is snowing in the reference photo, so I decided just to do the same. But with the snow, there's actually a very nifty trick, and you just saw it. You go to Windows, filter, blur, motion blur, and you can choose a direction, and it has like a very nice blurring like movement effect. So you should try that one out. And just for the mountains, I just like filled it in like just enough for it to be suggesting that there is stuff in the background, but not detailed enough for me to bother actually drawing it all. So it's important to just allude to things when you're drawing. And now it's come to the other things in the drawing. So I added a bit of snow on his shoulders and on top of his head, because I figured that would just make a lot of sense. And then it also adds like a nice halo effect to him as well. Also just brings attention to Doma in the drawing. And with the legs and the blood, I figured out this a nice way to just do it is just to put down some blotches, and then you use the finger paint liquify tool or something like that, and you just like push it in different directions, and you can get like a very like smudgy pattern, which is very nice. And now to draw the woman, hashtag beheaded woman. She is, I just put highlights on top of the eyes. I do like to do that with a lot of my drawings. I'm not exactly sure why it makes it pop so much, but I've seen it done in like Asian art so many times, and it just looks good all the time. You just put the color up on the color wheel and you just saturate it more slightly, and it looks just about the same and just as great. And for the rest of her blood, I just smudged it, blurred it, put down some random textures, and it does seem to do the trick. And there are some other things I did add as well, just tweaking stuff here and there, like putting more of like a shadow on the bottom of her face and then on top of her face, and just rendering out her hair a bit more. Just to add some of the finishing touches, more grey shadows, more ambient colors, and just a bit of the snow on the top of her hair to make it easily distinguishable from like the black of his clothes, because her hair is dark as well. It can be hard to see, so I'm just gonna add some like lighting on the edges to make that really pop. And it is just about done. All I am missing is the additional rendering that is on his clothes, and I will be back after that. Final step is just adding different modes on top. For this one, I added glow dodge on the highlights because there is like a moon shining on him. And that is the finished product. Let me know what you guys think of the drawing and if you guys want to see more videos like this or what kind of videos you guys just want to see, and please be sure to hit that subscribe button. See you guys.